as we have discussed, the purpose of this call is to walk you through how you can efficiently set up the page layouts and how you can set up the list views to make it useful for end users. Because if we have the cluttered information on Salesforce records or objects, it is less useful by the end users, right? They won't want to use it. So for the demo purpose, you'll pick the timesheet object. In case you have any question, you can just ask me, okay?
Yes, sir.
So we are inside the timesheet object. What I'll do, I'll go through it. And right now it looks like this, which is not good. So what we'll do, we'll go to setup, edit object, and under the page layouts, we'll pick the page layout. Now here, first important thing is to understand what can be the basic information for the object and what can be a specific group or set of fields for that particular thing. Right now, since we're talking about the timesheet object, it is mainly about the timesheet entries for the employee, correct?
Yes.
And every Salesforce object has some system information also, right? Like name, created date, last modified date, and what I say honor. Those are the system generated fields that Salesforce auto generates. So these are the basic things we have. Let me remove everything from the page layout for now.
No.
I'll remove everything. Then I'll show you how you can think and arrange the fields.
Yes.
That will give you more confidence about how the data should be treated, how the field should be treated, and how they should be organized. I'll also remove your section.
Okay.
Okay, now we have this much only.
Mm-mm.
Let's say first thing about first thing about any record is its name. That highlights that is a kind of unique identifier for the record. That is the basic detail about the what I say. That is the system level information, I would say, not the basic detail, but system level information about the record, because names is that Salesforce uses to represent or showcase any record in the search results whenever we do the search or something like that. So that should always go in the information section, which is in the header. So here we should find the name. This is the timesheet name. I'll put it here. Now, other than that, do we have the basic information about the or the system information about the record? Yes, we do have. That is created by. Then there is a
Owner.
last modified by, and then owner, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
for that, we should have a new section called
System information.
system information. Always arrange these fields into system information.
Yes, sir.
And within the system information, there will be one owner. Then there are two date fields, that is created by and last modified. So this is how you should arrange them, so that whenever user looks at the data, they get the clear information. Okay, these are my date fields. This is just honor your basic details about the basic system information about the record. Like this only you should be arranging. Now let's find out the timesheet related or the object related basic details, which are the important things or the key fields for that particular object. So for that, we'll be having a new section. Basic details. Now it is a timesheet. First, the timesheet will always get associated with an employee. So the employee is the important thing, correct?
Yes.
Or rather than employee, let's first find the core fields for the timesheet. So the timesheet can have what it can have. It can have a date, on which date it was entered, right? And it can also have an estimation, right? What was the estimation for that particular timesheet? And then it can also have, let's say, in timesheet what we enter. We submit the estimates, then we record how much time actually we took, right? So that can also be related to basic details. Again, I'm thinking in terms of the record, what kind of value a record can hold. That is the key deciding factor to arrange the data into the groupings, right?
Yes.
Then there is a start time, then there is an end time. I want to keep the date and time thing together. Let's say
Mm.
then the numbers or the states, I should group them together.
Okay.
Then what should we have? What else do we have? The timesheet can have the status.
Mm.
They can also have the time. They can all. It can also have the priority. What was the priority of the uh, timesheet? I think that we can put it here, or maybe let's say let's keep it here maybe. What other fields do we have? The currency is not related, right? For the timesheet, that it doesn't matter. So we should not show that. For now, these are the basic details. Now, every timesheet, as I said, it has some parent records attached to it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Like
Mm.
in timesheets, we either record against a project or against an employee, like that. So we should have each section for the parent records. So what I would say, employee details. For this timesheet, what are my employee details? For employee, I think I'm seeing only one field. So put it here. Then I'm also seeing something called projects or project name. So I think only one thing is that. So for that also we should have section that against which project this timesheet was recorded.
Okay.
Project details. Again, I am just dividing based on the nature of the record, nature of the object, what kind of information it is going to hold. So you also need to, as an admin or as a developer, you should also understand what kind of information this object is going to hold, and then just use basic understanding or knowledge to divide them into sections.
Yes, sir.
Then I'll group the project name. And again, why I'm having this session? Because you should not be there should not be multiple iteration for the basic setup. It should be good in the one go itself. That's how you will achieve the efficiency. Now let's remove. What are the other fields we do have? The notes is there, the progress is there, the task is there, the type is there. So I guess type we can put in the basic details. Then task is a text area. It is a long field, right? It seems. Then the deadline we can put here. Contact I don't think it is needed for now. Let's keep it there. Then there is a notes that is also a text area. So then we can have another section because these are going to be big fields, right? Text area has long fields. They are long fields. So I would say it as additional details. In additional, what we can have a task and a note, or maybe we can have make it one column only because these are the bigger fields, so they should take the full width, not this half of the screen, right?
Mm.
And apart from that, progress, I guess, is also related to basic details. This external key, I think, is not needed. It is used for integration only. Flag, I don't know what does that mean. Let's put it
The
here.
long list.
Sorry.
So that field is also like when we create the data that the values are automatically populated on that field.
Yeah, but that is not required by the end users, right? End user doesn't have to enter anything into that, and it is not used by end users. It is used for the backend purposes, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So we also need to understand whether we are asking the users to add the values to it or not. Then only we should show some of the fields. That's also a key factor for now, but it is well arranged now, right?
Yes,
Once
sir.
you do that, you can hit save. Go to your timesheet record, try refreshing it. It didn't took They refresh for the first time. I think it takes some time to get
Mm.
refresh. See, now it is well arranged. You can see that before and after. Now, if no, sorry about that. Let's say if a non-technical user who are supposed to be your end users, the sales team, the marketing team, who just use this system for data entry and reporting purposes. If they come and see the record, they'll get the true value out of their information, and they can quickly find, okay, this is my basic detail, these are my additional details, this is my employee detail, this is the project detail related to what I say, related to this timesheet. So those kind of things they can easily come and track, right? This way it becomes easier for them to look at the data. If you give them clumsy data and they couldn't locate the fields properly, it is a big no for them. They won't adopt well to your system. So it is a key that we well organize our data, and we give them the handful of information in desired sections so that they can quickly come and check. Did you
Yes.
both follow through this? Any questions on this?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
So this is how it should be. I should not be. I should not like. We should not be bothering whether we know the actual the data or not. But I think almost every time the names are really suggestive. What kind of information this thing can hold, this field can hold. So we have to develop an habit of identifying the uh, potential nature of the data, and accordingly we should arrange the page layouts. Okay. So this is how it should be for every object. So Meena, you have to go
Yes,
back
sir.
and update
So,
the records.
before
Update the
creating,
page layouts.
yes, sir. Before creating the page layouts, only I asked to Raj sir. I don't know like what sections I have to keep and what the field I have to select for that.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's
yeah,
what
sir.
I'm saying. But
Mm,
nobody is going to tell you that. If we have to tell you that okay, you have to organize, then we can also do it on our own.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
right now, nobody told me that it should be like this.
mm, 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 mm.
This is the whole point. What I'm trying to explain to you guys is you have to understand the nature of the object, understand the nature of the fields, then try thinking what could be the basic possible what I say sections, what could be the possible groupings of the field that we can have. That's the understanding we have to develop,
Okay, okay.
because even clients don't give you the sections and all in
Mm,
most of the cases.
okay.
Only a few clients would have their specific set because they don't know, they are mostly new to the system.
Mm,
They
mm.
want us to help them to adopt to the system.
Oh,
For that we have to develop the understanding, right?
okay, sir. Okay, now got it, sir.
Okay, so this is about the page layout. Now let's come back to
Now
list
only,
views.
now only I just completed all just like that only, sir. Before.
Okay, no problem, but why do we have three all list views? This is a bad practice. There should only be one list view with
Ah, yes, sir.
one
In
name.
every, it's showing for employee leave allocation also. It's showing like that only. Dates
No,
it's
but
showing.
no. I think see. Let's arrange it now. Let's say I have this all. We have to remove unnecessary list views. Let's say I have all,
Mm,
right? I want to make a new list view. There will be first, there would be one all list view that will contain everything.
mm,
Okay. Now, let's say if I open any record, mm, um, okay, timesheets, for example, are considered based on their status. What is completed, what is in progress, right? What is on hold, what is blocked, what is not even started. That that's how we can group the records to give users quick insights. For example, I have 100 times timesheet records in my system, but I want to know which one are only active or in progress, which one are completed, which are pending, which are not started, which have not yet been which have been in the blocked status, right? That thing I often the users wants to know. So your list The list view should be around that only. First is all, then try creating one or two list views with the filtration. Let's create something for finding all in progress, what I say, in progress timesheets. Okay, I'll go into this list view controls, hit new, and I want to arrange in progress timesheets for my list view. Always make sure you give a meaningful name. This is how it automatically takes the API name. Okay,
Yes.
and here you can control who can view the list view. I want all the users to view the list view, right? In the all the users in the organization. I'll hit save. Now I'm here. I'll go to the filter. I want to pick all timesheets, but later I want to filter by status. So you also have to identify in based on your object what could be the possible 2 3 list views that I can give users so that they can quickly get the relevant data. Later on they can add more also as per their needs. But when we set up the page list view, we should have one as an all list view which will showcase all the records. Then two or three additional based on the specific filters. Okay, that's the best practice, I guess. That's what we should follow. Once I'm done with this, uh, like I must, I'll take the status from here. Status equals in progress. I'll hit save and okay. Now it will just have one record because that is only the record with the in progress status. I'll go to list view controls again, select fields to display. Now I'll put only the relevant information for this particular record. That is timesheet. For that, we would have a start time. Oh no, first we'll have a date, I guess. That's date, then start time, end time, employee. I guess employee should come right after the name. If there is a project, then that should also come. Status, type. Up to 10 fields, I guess we can pick on this. So we should be mindful of what we are picking.
Yes.
Time, I guess this would be sufficient. Now let's say I have filtered and I have saved my changes. Now let's say user comes into the subject, they see everything. Then they come, okay, I also have in progress timesheets. I just want to look at them only. So they'll come here and see, right? So that way they will only get the filtered set of information. I believe they might be interested in that only for now. Okay, so that way, that's how we should arrange the list views. And here you can see that by looking at this list view only, you can identify this is the timesheet name, this is the employee, this is the project, this is the date, and on this date the person started around this time, ended on this time. This is the current status, this is the type, and how much time that person spent. So this gives the clear view of the record. They don't have to go and deep dive into the record to get the basic details. Sometimes they just want to look at the basic details of particular records. So your list view only give that information to them. That's the whole purpose of list view. That it should give quick insights about the records. Users shouldn't have to deep dive or narrow down to individual records to know the basic details. Because when people are in the sales or marketing, they want everything in front of them so quickly that within seconds they should be able to track down the important data about your records. Okay,
Yes.
so this is how it should be. So this is just a walkthrough that how we expect you to set up the page layouts, the list views, so that it matches the standards that we follow. And this is how I personally work, and that you can see in the employee record. I have quickly properly set up the layout, and I couldn't do the list views, but I did set up the page layout correctly there. So this is what we expect, And I this is what I want both of you to follow the same mechanism, so that there is no mismatch in the standardization, and I should not have to go and check your work on that. Okay,
Okay.
Yes.
is that clear to both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, was this session helpful? Do you have any question for me?
So can you explain like why we use in progress timesheet? Timesheet.
No, we are not using the in progress timesheet. We are giving you the subset of information to the users. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in all they can get all the timesheets. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
but every record has some sort of grouping that that can be used as a filtration,
Mm-hmm.
right? For
Mm-hmm.
example, if I'm talking about an employee record, in employee there could be a list view for all employees, then there could be a list view for interns only, interns and trainee employees, there could be a list view for full-time employees, there can be a list view for terminated employees. Like that, in timesheet also we can have multiple sets of list views. So the way we design it is that first we give all records in a all list view where user can see all the records. Then they can have subset of data based on filtration, so that if they just want to see which timesheets are in progress, they don't have they should not have to click on all records then try to find all the in progress timesheets. Instead they can quickly uh, take a look at the list view which is designed according to that filtration.
Okay. So in employees also according to that we have to filter.
Yes, for example, in employee also, if you go into the employee record, you can see there is a there can be a filter based on the gender, all male employees,
Yes. Yes.
all female employees, or
Yes.
maybe all single employees, all married employees.
Mm.
Maybe, for example, here there is a type, yeah, all full-time employees, all what I say, terminated employees, all intern employees. That kind of filtering we can do. That is the purpose of list views itself. That we create predefined views with the specific filters, so that users don't have to juggle between the data to find what they need. They can quickly get the subset of the information that they are looking forward to, and they are basically designed according to the business needs. But with this system, we know this could be the basic fundamental basic list list that we can build to get the quick summary of the data, right?
Okay.
And on the related note, I also wanted to add why this is important, because in real system there would not be a scenario that there will only be 100 records. People deal with millions of record in one object.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have to want the subset of the information, if we create appropriate list views, it saves huge amount of time for them, and they get familiar with and they are presented with the information that they need automatically without having them to customize it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that clear for both of you now? Any further questions?
It's a clear. Sir.
All right, then we can close this session for now. And I hope you find it useful. And just don't listen what I have just explained. Try to implement it. That's how you get better at it. So Meena, I expect rest of the objects where I haven't done this way, the page layouts or the list views, you have to adjust them. Okay.
Okay.
So do let me know when once that